Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Light night tonight. We got a small MLB slate, that's it. This video, I'm actually breaking down Suns-Clippers Game 2, which is tomorrow night. So let's dive in.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. The Source. Hey, get the Source.
All right, like I said, we got Game 2, Suns-Clippers in Phoenix. Suns took Game 1. Line opened up, Suns laying 6 points at home here. Early bets and early money, and I'm talking like 3:30 p.m. today. We're slightly leaning towards the Clips, but it would even out. As of 7 p.m. tonight, which is the night before the game, we're looking at even money. 50-50 consensus line does not move, or at least it hasn't moved yet. We're looking at Phoenix -6. So Game 1, Suns took it. What a game, by the way. That was an awesome basketball game. To get that level of basketball from two teams missing their star, well, one team missing their star, the other team missing, I guess, their co-star in Chris Paul, and to still get that level of play, that was one of the best games we've seen all playoffs. That just shows you how truly talented these two teams really are. Yo, I want to talk about the beginning of the fourth quarter in Game 1, and before I say it, I already know what you guys are going to say. You're going to be like, yo, you're reaching with that. But hear me out. So as you know, that game was back and forth the whole game. Awesome game. We're tied at the end of the third quarter, right? Tied at the end of 3. Fourth quarter's about to start. Now, Devin Booker doesn't come off the floor. In fact, he played the entire second half, 24 straight minutes for Devin Booker. So fourth quarter starting, tie game. Devin Booker's on the floor. Paul George starts the fourth quarter on the bench. He would sit for the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, and in those 3 minutes, the Suns would go on a 10-2 run and open up an 8-point lead. Now, I gotta ask, if Paul George doesn't sit those 3 minutes, do the Suns still go on that run? Does Boogie Cousins still commit those 2 dumb fouls? I mean, one of them was a charge. Maybe he doesn't even get that look on the block if Paul George is on the court. I know it's thin, but seriously, hear me out. Listen, because the rest of the fourth quarter, the final 9 minutes was just back and forth basketball. The lead stayed. The Suns went up by 8 in those first 3 minutes. Then the last 9 minutes, the lead stayed in between 6 and 9. The entire quarter. So the lead didn't move. They were just going back and forth. It wasn't until like the final 30 seconds of the game, final like 50 seconds of the game, where the Clips made a little bit of a desperation run and brought it back within 2. So if Ty Lue doesn't sit Paul George for the first 3 minutes of that fourth quarter, and the Suns don't go on that 10-2 run, we might be humming a completely different tune right now. We might be looking at Clips up 1-0 instead of the Suns. I know I told you it was thin, but this is how I feel. You know what's real cool about Game 2 is I think we're gonna see an exact repeat of Game 1. I think both teams think they're the better team. Like the Clippers, they think they should have won Game 1. In fact, I bet you they don't even change much of their game plan up. Maybe some minor defensive adjustments to keep Devin Booker out of the paint. He got his way. He was penetrating a lot. So maybe a couple switches, maybe a couple more double teams, but as a whole, they're coming out with the same scheme, man. And same thing goes for the Suns. I mean, they won Game 1. They look great without Chris Paul on the floor. Why would you change it? I think we're going to see an exact replica of Game 1. So if we're looking at a replica of Game 1, I mean, in Game 1, if Paul George doesn't sit those 3 minutes, the Clippers cover. I know I'm bringing it up again, but they cover that +4. I mean, if they don't turn the ball over with 6 seconds left, they probably cover that +4. Now, I'm going to see what I believe is going to be a very similar game, and I'm getting 6 points, and Ty Lue maybe won't sit Paul George in the fourth quarter. I'm going to take the points, man. Give me the Clips, no doubt. Lock it in. Give me Clippers +6. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, Facebook. VIP sheets with the total for the game, props for the basketball game, as well as the full MLB ticket. They'll be going out 4:30, 5 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. Make sure you check your texts and emails for that. Pick your spots and play smart. Oh, yo, don't be going all in on these basketball games. This is the playoffs, man. Anything can happen. These are the best teams in the league, and they're playing for elimination. Like, anything can happen. Don't be going all in. Treat these basketball games like just another MLB game. 1.5 units, 2 units tops. I'll talk to you on Twitter. Let's make some money.